Finally, item 10J, adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase of 4 Ford F-350 trucks and 3 Ford Explorer police vehicles from downtown Ford of Sacramento, California, in the total amount of $260,100.
I cannot fast enough change the name tags.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council. Public Services is responsible to coordinate and repair and replace the city's fleet, which makes up approximately 130 vehicles and large equipment. As part of the 2013-18 capital budget, the City Council approved replacing 17 vehicles. 10 were previously approved in January and April of this year, and tonight we present the final 7 for your consideration and approval, which are the 3 parks maintenance dump trucks, 1 street maintenance aeroboard truck, and 3 police department patrol vehicles. For the 4 maintenance trucks, each are 17 years old, and after constant use, they are in poor condition, requiring expensive repairs, and in general have reached the useful end of their life. To offer just one example, one of our parks dump trucks, the lift bed, after heavy use, is completely warped and separated from the chassis. Mechanics were only able to make a partial repair, and it no longer serves as a dump truck. A full repair was not cost effective because it's such an old vehicle. We've recommended not to use it, but because parks maintenance is so high during the summer, community services is using it in a limited capacity as a flatbed. In the staff report in the back, there's a brief condition assessment of all the other vehicles. For the police department, the patrol vehicles are typically replaced every 4 years because of their high use. Replacing the patrol vehicles this year meant selecting a brand new model because Ford no longer manufactures the Crown Victoria. After an extensive review, the police department has recommended replacing older Crown Victorias with Ford Explorers. In order to perform specialized tasks, each of these replacement vehicles will be a customized version. For example, the parks trucks will have specialized protective bed coatings and toolbox configurations. The street maintenance truck will have an aero board mounted on top, and the police vehicles will get Anyway, they're gonna get a rear seat cage, gun racks, sirens, lights, communication systems. The city advertised and received 5 bids. The lowest responsible bid was from downtown Ford of Sacramento. It is our recommendation for council to approve purchase of the 4 customized maintenance trucks and 3 police vehicles from downtown Ford in the amount of $260,100. If approved, delivery of the vehicles is estimated within 90 days. Afterwards, all the older vehicles will be auctioned off, and any revenue will be returned to either the general fund or equipment reserve fund. The alternatives are to delay or purchase, not to purchase 1 or more of the vehicles. At this point, we're available for any questions you may have.
Any questions? Michael?
I did have to ask, in terms of the dump trucks, there's no opportunity there to share those and perhaps require less of them?
That would be a parks question, but
At the time when the CIP is approved, staff together with each department assess the possibility of reducing the size of the fleet, including sharing those trucks and equipment, and in many cases, actually public services share equipment with parks. But those assessments are made when the CIP is developed, and certainly each year the same discussion taking place between public central garage and each department.
Okay, so it was looked at. Okay, thank you. And regarding the police SUVs, the cost is about 50% higher than what we were paying for the Crown Victoria, so it's a more expensive vehicle. some of that cost due to the fact that we have to equip these with the specialized equipment, and can some of that equipment be recycled as we acquire more of these vehicles and take some out of service? Can we use some of that equipment on the newer vehicles?
Well, like the cage units would be specific for a Ford Explorer. It couldn't be easily put into like a Taurus or a different car.
Well, I guess my question was, with the Crown Vics, were we taking equipment out of old Crown Vics and putting it in new Crown Vics, recycling, or is that
yes,
not?
what we can, we do take over. And most of the cost differential between the staff report and what was actually purchased was the add-ons for the customization. We didn't quite know exactly at the time, but that's the fully loaded cost for that vehicle.
Any customization was at that cost before, exactly how is now? And if, I don't know if the police chief want
Maybe
to
the chief
add
can give us a
anything
little
else?
insight.
So the police interceptor or the Explorer is probably, I want to say maybe about 6,000 more than the Crown Vic. You're correct. The equipment that's going into the police Explorer is new equipment. It's not compatible with the Crown Victoria, and going forward, we'll be able to use that as we did with the Crown Victoria. So we'll take that equipment and move it forward.
Right, that was my, okay. Thank you very much. And then regarding just overall maintenance, the cost to maintain those versus a Crown Victoria, it's a bigger, heavier car. I don't know if we know anything about what our total cost of ownership is going to be for those versus the Crown Victorias, and our fuel consumption for those. So if you don't have it, I understand, but it'd be good to know that going forward.
I think the police chief is the best person to answer this question.
So we don't anticipate that the cost to maintain the police interceptors is going to be any different than the Crown Victoria. In terms of mileage, we're going from an 8-cylinder in the Crown Victoria to a 6-cylinder in the Explorer. Ford is advertising that this is the best mileage of their police package. The Explorer versus a sedan, 2 miles difference in city mileage, but Ford is saying that the police interceptor is the best mileage that they put out.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay, that was it, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone like to introduce the resolution?
I'll introduce. Or I'll
Councilmember
defer to you.
Ibarra.
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Medina.
Aye.
Mayor Ruiz.
Aye.